Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Amitanshu here. This video will be for the folks who are still using Windows. Today, we'll make them switch to Linux. So for the folks who already use Linux, there isn't much in here for you. So what is Linux? Linux is a monolithic modular primitive kernel that embodies a Unix-compatible design philosophy featuring a hierarchically organized virtual file system.
2 hours later.
Well, Linux is simply a kernel. But when people refer to Linux, they are talking about an operating system that is based on the Linux kernel. Kernel is the core component of our operating system. It is something that communicates with the hardware. The Linux kernel gave developers the ability to build custom operating system, which ultimately led to a lot of Linux distributions like Arch, Ubuntu, Fedora, Kali, and so on, just to name a few. But what exactly is a distro? A distro is a complete operating system built on the Linux kernel along with various software packages, libraries, and a package manager to install additional packages. The user interface could be a text-based command line interface in which a user has to interact with the system by entering commands to perform tasks, or there could be a graphical user interface which provides a visual way to interact with the system through windows, icons, buttons, and all that. The placement, appearance, and behavior of a window in a GUI is done by a window manager. It could be of different types. Floating window manager, it manages windows as overlapping layers. You are most familiar with this kind. There are other types as well, like tiling window managers, stacking window managers, and dynamic window managers. Each of them have their own advantages and disadvantages. We can go to the details of this, but before that, I want to let you know about something called as a desktop environment. It is a complete software suite designed to provide a graphical user interface and a set of integrated applications for end user. It includes not only a window manager, but also various other components like panel, widgets, file manager, setting manager, and a lot of other stuffs to provide a user-friendly experience with a consistent look and feel throughout the desktop. Some popular desktop environments include GNOME, KDE Plasma, XFCE, and Cinnamon. I prefer XFCE over GNOME or any other desktop environment because of its customizability and low resource consumption. So we'll be using Xubuntu as our operating system. Xubuntu is a flavor of Ubuntu which uses XFCE as its default desktop environment. Okay, we have talked a lot about Linux, but why should we even bother using it? Well, I don't want to cover that in this video, so what you can do is just pause the video, go to the description, and you'll find some links to some videos on that topic. Now that you know why you should use Linux as a programmer, let's continue with setting up our development environment. I'm assuming you are in a Windows-based system. You need to download few stuffs in order to create a bootable pendrive. Open your desired web browser and search for Rufus and download it according to your architecture. I'm also assuming you are in a 64-bit machine, but by any chance if you happen to have a 32-bit machine, it's time for an upgrade. You should probably get yourself a new PC. Okay, once you have downloaded Rufus, we'll download the ISO file of Xubuntu from its official page. I don't have access to a Windows machine right now, so I think you can figure this out by yourself. It's an easy task. All you need to do is plug in your pen drive, then run the Rufus.exe, select the Xubuntu image, then click ready or whatever. You should be good to go. However, I'll give a link to a video for this in the description. After you have created a bootable pen drive, plug it in and restart your computer and enter into the BIOS settings. You can do that by pressing F1 or F12 or any other key that depends on your computer. You can Google how to enter into BIOS in my XYZ computer. Once you have managed to open BIOS, go to the boot settings and set the priority of your pen drive to 1, then save and exit. You should be able to see a screen something like this. Select try or run Xubuntu. After it loads up, a pop-up window will appear. You can select try Xubuntu or you can select install. Select a language and continue. Select a keyboard layout and continue. You can go for a normal installation or a minimal installation, but make sure you check this to install third-party softwares for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware. Now click continue. Now comes the important part. This is the point where you need to decide if you want to use Linux as your primary operating system and erase everything, or dual boot it alongside Windows or any other operating system. If you are planning to erase everything and install Linux, then there is nothing to worry about. But if you are planning to dual boot your computer alongside Windows, you need to take some precautions. Backup all your important data into cloud or any external SSD. Never remove the pen drive while it's installing. Now just click continue, check all the required checkboxes and complete everything it asks for. I'll just quickly finish this. After restarting, you'll see something like this. It looks a little ugly, but you can customize this to whichever way you want. Rising your Linux would be a different video. I can't cover everything in a single video. So here's the challenge for you. I want you all to customize your Linux from this ugly looking thing to something aesthetic. Try changing the theme, icons or cursor. I'll give this shout out to the best looking one in my next video. You can share your customizations in Discord, so make sure you join the Discord group from the link in the description. In the next video, we'll learn a few Linux commands. We'll also install and configure i3WM, which is a tiling window manager, and we'll also talk about IDs. So until my next video, you can 1. Complete a challenge, 2. Explore the file systems and see how different or similar it is from Windows, 3. Do a little research on different distros and different desktop environments. I have put all the resources in the description. Do check that out. You can share your thoughts in the comments or any social platform and tag me there. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and that's it. Until next time.